Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Monday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Man, another great weekend. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. Hope you celebrated your mother, your wife, anybody else that gets celebrated on Mother's Day. Nick Geddes is in here with me this morning. He's got great Mother's Day stories to share today. Yeah, what a weekend. How are you, partner?
I'm doing great. I'm playing. I want to let everybody know the commitment that I'm making to this show. I'm playing hurt today.
Are you? You don't seem to be hurt.
I'm playing hurt today. Well, I got up at I've been up since 5, and I was just sort of like, and I got here. I beat you. That hurts
me.
I beat you here today.
Yeah,
because I got bored. Quite frankly, I was like, I might as well just go early.
You're allowed.
Yeah. No, I was getting into my car. And something like flew on my leg, and I thought it was just like a bug. It was a wasp.
Oh, you got wasped?
I got wasped.
Oh,
wasp.
That hurts like hell.
First thing, I opened my first thing. I'm getting in my car, and a wasp just stung me.
You may have a wasp nest under your car.
I don't know, but I tell you what, I got him though. He flew off of me, and he flew on the ground. I looked at him, and I squished him.
You better.
I did.
Yeah.
So
I hope it was worth it, Mr. Wasp.
I guess I'm not allergic. I've never been stung by a wasp until today.
It hurts.
So you find out if you're allergic or not. I guess I'm good.
It's like when you're getting a big thick needle shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's and it hurts, no doubt. Well, you gutted it out. You're gutting it out. Yeah. You're no Ted Hurst, but you're gutting it out.
No.
You got a little overheated this weekend. I'm like, dude, that wasn't even bad.
No, and he played at Georgia State. I'm like,
well, they do play indoors, don't they? They used to play in Georgia. No, you know what? I think they bought the old Brave Stadium, and now they
have to play outdoors.
Yeah, but for a long time they played indoors at the Georgia Dome. And he's from Georgia. He played at Valdosta. Valdosta's hotter than here.
I tell you what, though,
freaking awful.
It was this week,
South Georgia.
I was outside more this week than I've been in a long time, which is probably sad. But it was bacon this week.
Yeah, it was hot. It was no. Well, I took the lovely Ashley for Mother's Day to a petting farm.
A petting farm. I did actually see that on Instagram.
Yeah, farm. Yeah, there was a Brahma bull, and you could feed the Brahma bull. Like,
the Rock was there?
Yeah, I wouldn't go near a Brahma bull like out in the wild, but they're very docile and just came over and they give you feed, and you just feed the Brahma bull.
Interesting.
By the way, did you know the big hump on their back is soft?
I have never been close to a Brahma bull. No.
Well, you would never know that, right? But no. it's almost like a bag of water, and when you pet them, like, wow, I did not know that. Yeah. So yeah, we did, and then they let you. They have the baby goats there, and you can feed the baby goats. Oh,
yeah, I've done all that.
So cute, so cute. And they had a big old tortoise, like a 400-pound tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
I say tortoise. It was just huge. They had a llama. They had all kinds of really cool stuff. Yeah, it's called a Land of Delight. It's out in Plant City. Great, really cool place. Really cool place. Highly recommend it. And it's just like you could. They just ask for a donation. The suggested donation is $10 per person. We gave them a little bit more than that, and just really nice folks and really cool. So it was a great little Mother's Day. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. And we did the other stuff, shopping, nice restaurants, all that cool stuff. So it was good. They had the Palmacia Mother's Day brunch yesterday.
Gotta have it.
Lordy. That is something else. When you see a tenderloin like that, I just want to take the whole thing home. Like, just pile it on. Just all of it. Just all of it. And the horseradish. Oh, so good. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Hope you guys had a great Mother's Day weekend, and all the moms got to celebrate, and we celebrated moms. And boy, Junior Caminero celebrated his mom. So we're going to talk some Rays. We got lots of Bucs stuff to get to. Maybe we'll do a little lightning. I got some NBA stuff in here. USF softball. The UCF commencement speech is a very interesting thing. And we'll get into a little stadium stuff as well, because, when Nick comes in, he's got to catch up from the week before and get all the other stuff. So we get to do all that stuff. And, of course, your comments. We'll get to all of your comments. We really appreciate you guys jumping in already. We got tons of comments, and we'll get to all of them today. So that's a big show. It's a big fun show, right?
Yeah. Monday shows are always packed.
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
packed.
So away we go. First and foremost, the Rays are good. This just in.
Yes.
Best record in baseball. Did you have that? I didn't have
Best
that.
record in the American League.
In the American League. That's right. Braves are better.
Shout out to the Yankees for getting swept this weekend.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll get into this a little bit, but there's some people out there that are saying this is unsustainable. And there's some numbers to suggest that might be true. And I don't know. I think it might be different than that. We'll debate that a little bit. But first, the game yesterday is they win 4-1. They take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. Saturday's game was rained out. They'll make that up as a doubleheader first day after the All-Star break. But another incredible start by Nick Martinez, who is just an absolute Charlie Morton-esque bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
The way he comes after you, mixes his pitches, fills up the strike zone. The changeup is absolutely devastating. Sometimes you get like last night. I watched the game on replay last night late, so I could just. And I don't like doing the condensed game. I want to see the whole thing because now with baseball, and the fast forward, you can watch an entire game in about an hour, and maybe even less. You can watch the entire game, hear all the commentary and everything in about an hour. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the pace of the game, man. I wish they would have done this years and years ago. So give Rob Manfred a big attaboy for that. That's the biggest change in baseball, and it is absolutely – and the ratings are up 44%. And we were talking about this last week, and I'm like, why? Because you turn on a game now and watch it compared to maybe 5 years ago, it's a different sport. It's almost a completely different sport. It's full of action. There was a time in baseball, there was strikeout, walk, grab your crotch, fix your gloves. I mean, pick your nose, like all on my time.
Yeah.
No.
And it's a good balance because during the regular season, it's like we get in, we get out when it comes to games. And then in the postseason, things kind of slow down a little bit and those moments breathe a little bit.
Which is okay, which we want for playoff baseball. So that's fine. But, the pace of the game is just fantastic. When you got a pitcher like Nick Martinez just filling up the strike zone. I love it. And now the way the Rays play yesterday, Cedric Mullins with another sacrifice bunt for a run, RBI.
I'm glad he can do that.
Yeah. Can't do much else. Just have him bunt every time he gets up. Offensively. He's playing good defensively, but man, he plays a lot. For being so shitty offensively.
No, literally.
He plays a lot.
He's hitting, I hate to even start on him because he's the worst part of the team, but he's hitting 148 and there's a 202 on base.
Yeah.
202?
That's really bad.
That's crazy.
That's really
Taylor
bad.
Walls is on base for perspective is 301.
That's a lot better.
And that's
a lot better.
That's the second lowest on the team.
But and then Chandler Simpson with a little chopper that Trevor Story butchers, leads to another run. Fortes running first to third. I mean, everything they're doing is this small ball thing. And of course, you start off the game with Caminero hitting one out literally off his shoe tops. And I couldn't believe after the game, he said he was looking fastball. Peyton Tolly's pumping it in there at 98 miles an hour, 6'6", 250. By the way, with one of those most punchable faces that you'll ever get, right? Just annoying. I don't know, just annoying watching that guy work. But anyway, big dude, grunts every time he throws the fastball, or every pitch, I guess. And he throws him a nasty slider down and in that Caminero misses to go 0-2. And then he's going to waste the pitch, throws another one even further down and in. And freaking Caminero literally lifts it off his shoe top. It was a little over a foot and 3 inches, I think, because they measure these things now, off the ground, and golfs it over the green monster, 404 feet, 105 off the bat. And Peyton Tolly just he looks at him like, how the fuck did you just do that?
Yeah, those aren't supposed to go out.
No.
Especially out of the entire, that thing went into the street of Boston.
Out to the cask and flag, I think they call it over there.
Yeah.
The bar. Yeah.
Yeah, those don't get hit for homers. It's 105 off the bat.
He's literally trying to waste an 0-2.
Yeah.
And it ends up over the wall. And Caminero said he was sitting fastball.
Yeah. You could tell too. He was out in front.
But how do you're waiting on a S97, which he's probably waiting on it up and away.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes down and he gets a pitch down and in and he golfs it out. He makes that adjustment.
He's just a freak.
He is a freak.
He's a freak.
He's a complete freak.
And as we've been saying, if you look at the total body of work for Junior Caminero, this is not even close to what he's capable of. It's not even close.
Well, he's got 11 home runs already.
He's got 11 home runs, but the average I think is like 252 or something like that.
I think he only has like 19 RBIs.
He's never going to be a high average guy. Let's just be honest. He's probably going to sit somewhere in the 260, 270 range.
Perfect.
But if he's hitting 40 home runs a year, which is what he's going to do, we're okay with it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, actually, 260 is a pretty good average these days.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, he is just a freak, and he promised his mom he did home run. He needs to promise his mom he's going to win a World Series is what he needs to promise her, because every time he promises something, it comes true.
Usually pays off.
Yeah, and I didn't know this. He's married and has a kid. He has a wife, Francesca, and a daughter, Valentina, that was born in November.
He's a perfect face of the franchise.
Oh my God!
From every angle,
every which way. Yeah, in full disclosure, and I know I'm going to get crushed for this, but you know, guys, I have to be honest with you. But Nick talked me off the ledge here, and I wasn't on the ledge, but I was just like, it's a lot. The home run trot's a lot. I love Junior's playfulness. I love all that. I love it. And this is part of it. So I shouldn't even say it, but I'm honest with you guys. I got to be better. I'm just, an old white guy, just meh. And then I saw Peyton Tolley do his thing. And I'm like, was that in response to Caminero's celebration? I don't know. No, but then we learned Peyton Tolley lost his mom a couple of years ago.
He lost his mom 2 years ago to cancer.
So that was his emotional response to that.
Yeah, I think that's what that was, and nobody knew, obviously, unless you really know the Red Sox. So it kind of just got blown out of proportion.
Yeah, we made a little bit.
And I mean, obviously, is Junior to know? No.
And neither was some of the broadcast people.
The broadcast people probably should know, but
I don't. Well, maybe I don't know, but I've made that mistake before.
Yeah,
it's not. You feel really bad.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. It is what it is. You got to go with your gut and what you see, and they didn't know, obviously.
But
so
to your point about the trot, I mean, I told you, like, the way Junior Caminero plays the game, and we talk about it going back to like the WBC and everything. And granted, that's a completely different environment.
Now this is the first inning in a solo shot.
Yeah, then regular season game number 40 or something. But he plays the game with joy.
He does.
And I feel like this is a sport where I honestly think it's an American culture thing in regards to baseball.
Yeah, it is.
Where we seem to look down on guys who play with emotion.
I love that. I love the emotion. I love the organic emotion. I love all that. Bat flips don't bother me. As long as they're reasonable.
With Junior, I told you before the show, I don't ever see him and go, oh, he's being arrogant and cocky. Like, it just seems like a big kid that's just, he's having fun. Yeah. And it hasn't crossed the line or anything. And listen, and I'm not saying it's crossed the line. I'm just bringing it up for discussion. Yeah. And he's an outstanding teammate too. Yeah, like even earlier in the season when he was scuffling, anytime someone was making a big play or making a big hit, he's in the dugout, he's jumping out of that thing and going crazy.
Yeah. Like, as is Nick Martinez, by the way.
Yeah.
The guy's into it all the time. I love it.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody has an issue with it. Really.
I wondered if that's what it paid. And then I wonder if guys have an issue with it, if they're going to start plunking him, because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. If guys start throwing at him because they feel like whatever, that's a.
Yeah, I might have to watch him if we're facing Framber Valdez at some point.
Exactly.
Of course, that dude has a screw loose, though.
That's true. But it's still, if that's going to listen. He is going to be not only the face of this franchise, but the face of baseball.
And I also like go back to, I know it's Thursday now because it was supposed to be a 4-game series. Obviously it turned to 3, but go back to that game on Thursday night. The Rays are playing on ESPN for the first time since 2021 against the Red Sox. So everybody's watching. Obviously that's a baseball fan, casual tuning in. And Junior Caminero, I mean, the home run he hit on Thursday.
Holy shit. We talked about that on Friday. It was unbelievable.
It's just unbelievable. The sound of the bat.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I texted Babby. He's sitting right there, and I was like, "How loud was that?"
Yeah, really
loud.
Don't undersell those moments and how important they are for this franchise, which is still like growing, obviously, and from a fan base perspective, still trying to grow and everything. And when you're on national TV, you put out what you did on Thursday, and the face of your franchise hits a home run like that in Fenway Park against the Red Sox. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah. It is. And that's why, what he's doing, to your point, is freakish. at 22 years old, he's starting to get on lists that only include not just Hall of Famers, but icons of the game.
Right.
And all these age records that he's joining in these groupings with. It's like, the biggest of Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Eddie Matthews, Willie Mays. It was like, those are the only guys that did this.
I think he's like third or fourth, like on home runs by a third baseman before their 23rd birthday.
Yeah.
And if you look at the games, like he's got a chance to like move up that list like crazy.
You're frozen again. Make sure you don't have another window open. So I know how this thing works now. Sorry. You're unfrozen now. And that's why I kind of bring it up. I'm like, does he need to tone it down a little bit or just lean into it? If that's who he is, that's who he is. Like I said, I don't think it's a problem at all. I'm just wondering if when I saw Tolly's reaction, I'm like, was that because of what Junior did? I don't know. And I don't want to see guys starting to throw at him anyway, he's a freak and he continues to get things started. But, and then you follow that up, like I said, with the Simpson chopper. And then who came up with the big hit? The at-bat from Williamson. Williamson's at-bat, I thought, was the key at-bat of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he fights off, 7 to 8 nasty 98-mile-an-hour fastballs. And Tolly, like, that, he's 6'6". So when it's 98 and he's letting it go at about, 52 feet or whatever it is, he's a long strider. When they're that tall, that ball gets on you even quicker.
Right.
Than the miles per hour. And he fought off 6 or 7 of them and then just hit one right down the first base line for the RBI to make it 3-0. I thought that was a huge at bat in the game.
Yeah, he's like one of those, like what I would call quintessential like Rays players that sort of not a lot of people have heard of, and they just make like this acquisition, sort of out of nowhere before spring training, right? And he just does all the dirty work. No matter where you put him in the field,
it's fantastic.
He's making plays. He has good at bats. He kind of reminds me a little bit of like a right-handed, Joey Wendell, like kind of that archetype.
I was going to go
like that.
I was going to go Ben Zobrist because he's got so much utility to his game.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't have the power of Zobrist.
Ben was a true like close to 5-tool player.
Yeah, for
those that exist, I don't think Ben's there yet necessarily, but. He's been a sneaky good pickup, and even Kevin Cash, by the way, I don't hear the Kevin Cash haters out in abundance right now.
What do they call this now? The flow zone.
He's in his state flow or his flow state. Flow state. He's managing his ass off right now.
Everything he turns to
like
gold.
I'm sorry, he's a lock to win his third manager of the year.
I said this earlier in the year. I said it just feels like he suddenly got this autonomy. And I wonder if that has anything to do with new ownership.
I don't know. I just feel like too, like the last couple years, I don't think he didn't have necessarily the roster to like, I feel like that played, I guess, to his strength as a manager. Like he couldn't play like all these crazy matchups like he wanted to. There were a lot of holes in those Rays roster. We thought this one had some holes to it too, but he just seems to be re-energized.
Well, when you're playing small ball, you got to move a lot. You got to put on, first and third bunts. Yes. You got to have guys moving, hitting runs. You got to do when small ball. And that's kind of the argument right now is I saw a stat. Somebody said that what the Rays are doing is not sustainable because they only have like 41 barrels, whatever that means. And it's far and away the worst in baseball. The Giants are second worst and the Giants can't hit a lick, but the Rays are scoring runs, but they're not doing it barreling up the baseball, which is fine. As long as you score the runs.
Right.
And so my retort to that is, well, it's small ball. You're not going to barrel up a lot because if you're bunting, significant. How many times are they bunting? 3-4 times a game? I mean, those are opportunities that you don't have to barrel up the ball. And you've got guys like Chandler Simpson that's not trying to barrel up the ball. And so that's not what they're trying to do. That's not how they're scoring runs. So I would say normally that's a stat that could, predict wins and losses. But if that's not what you're trying to do, it's not your style of baseball, then I think the stat's kind of meaningless. And I think a lot of the stats that people are looking at to say this is unsustainable because small ball hasn't been done successfully, as Big O kind of talks about, since like the 80s and the Cardinals. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so these new stats that everybody uses to predict success and wins and losses, I don't think they factor in small ball. Like, I don't think those algorithms have existed without this type of baseball being played. Leadoff hitters that are just meant to get on and steal bases. Like, that's the 1980s, which I love that baseball, by the way. And so I think that what the Rays are doing is so unique in that it is a throwback, but it's unique to the modern game. And I don't think even these stat geeks know what to do with it, to be quite honest. Fair assessment?
Yeah, and I just don't think maybe teams will catch on eventually, but teams right now just seem to have no clue how to defend the Rays.
Right.
And that's a great thing. Like, they're one step ahead, and give them credit. Like, this is a franchise that has been, sort of always ahead of like the trends, I feel like, of baseball. And times they're
zigging when everybody else is zagging.
They've always set the trends of baseball, and they have found a unique way to play the game in 2026. And you have to give credit to the players as well, because everybody's got to buy in to playing like this. This isn't like a way to play that I feel like you got to work twice as hard almost to pull this off.
Yeah, like Bryce Harper wouldn't buy into this.
No.
And that's the other thing of, established superstars. And you look at a lot of these teams in baseball, and a lot of big, payroll teams are not winning games. Look at the Giants and some of the wasted contracts that they put out. So I think, and that's part of it. When you pay guys big money, they play the way they play.
Yeah, and the people who are,
and that's what you're paying them to do.
And the people who are tearing down the Rays and saying that it's not sustainable and everything, most of the time I look and it's a Yankee fan on Twitter.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're the Yankee fans. The Yankee fans are completely jealous because they're calling it this Devil Ray magic. That's what the league is calling it. This Devil Ray magic.
It's black magic now?
Yeah, that the Rays,
witchcraft.
Yeah, that the Rays have going on right now. And Yankee fans were pissed because the Yankees were playing outstanding baseball, like winning every game just about. And they weren't making up any ground. They were not running away with the division.
Right.
And the Rays were just staying right there with them. And then the Yankees have a week like this weekend where they get swept by the Brewers. And now the Rays are in first place. So Yankee fans are just a little salty right now.
And the fact of the matter is, we've mentioned this, the way the Yankees play, big ball, so to speak, that slumps.
It does.
It slumps. Judge goes into, they can slump. Whereas pitching, defense, and small ball kind of don't slump.
That's the thing here. Let's be honest. Like, the Rays offense is probably doing enough to get by right now. Yeah. But when you're giving up like 3 runs or less every single game, like the pitching, the way they have turned it around after a rocky start to the season, it's been tremendous. Every starter that goes out there seems to have their stuff. Even when they don't, they seem to battle through it. Nick Martinez, there's nothing flashy to what Nick Martinez is doing necessarily.
No.
He's just pitching with really good command. The changeup has been jumping for him.
It's off the charts, and he's using it twice as much as he's ever used it before. The changeup has been the Rays' secret weapon this year.
Yeah, all across the staff, like Shane McClanahan, the changeup has been a monster pitch for him.
And Martinez' changeup, by the way, he was hit 95 yesterday. It goes from 95. His changeup is 80.
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, a lot of guys throw changeups now at like 90.
Yeah, well, but if you're throwing 90, but their miles per hour is typically 7-8 miles per hour.
Right.
Like,
it's like
15
mile per hour difference.
That's what's pulling the string, bro.
Yeah.
And it's diving too.
Yeah, and you take advantage of a lineup like the one you just saw yesterday. It's not a very good team.
Yeah.
Being completely honest.
Yeah.
And they can't adjust to it.
Yeah.
And even and then in the bullpen, like, how many guys right now have like a scoreless streak going for like you look at like Cole Sulzer has like a long scoreless streak.
Well, the whole
going.
bullpen had a
Kevin
scoreless
Kelly.
streak.
I mean, Clevenger came in there yesterday. How about Garrett Clevenger is throwing 99 yesterday? His stuff is right back to what it needs to be. So he's a weapon. And Brian Baker quietly slotting into the closer role.
He came damn near twice yesterday to giving up that lead in the 9th inning.
Well, you're not always going to have your best stuff every day, but
what was the one that got pulled foul? I thought I was like, oh shit, there it goes over the Green Monster, 4-4 game, damn it, and he pulled it foul, thankfully. And then another one went high off the wall. But they got out of it. Listen, are they getting some fortuitous bounces here and there? Yes, they are. Is everything kind of going their way? Yeah, but you make your own breaks.
Yeah, and we know that. So the Rays are playing better baseball than just about anybody in the league right now, right up with like the Cubs, are probably the class of the NL. The Braves are playing great baseball. The Rays are right there with them. Are the Rays gonna play at this rate for the rest of the season? No. It's gonna end at some point. You just hope that it falls into a happy medium.
It's a short slump.
Yeah, it's a short slump. And the good thing is the American League, it's called like it is. The American League stinks. There's 3 teams that are over 500 in the American League.
Yeah, there were 2 last
3
week.
teams.
Yeah.
The Athletics are 21-19, and Cleveland's 21-21. Everybody else is under 500.
Yeah.
So the Rays right now, as long as the Rays don't have a colossal F up at some point this season, they should be good to make the playoffs already because they have like an 8-game advantage.
Well, if they go 500 the rest of the way, I think that means they'll get to 89 wins, which is typically going to get you a wild card.
Right. And the one thing that I'd like to see them do, and I don't even know if you wait all the way to the trade deadline, because obviously that's a long ways away. I'd pull the trigger on it immediately, like as soon as possible. If someone's willing to move already, I'd try to make a trade for a power bat. I think we said that in the offseason. To me, I think that's still the missing element is they need one more power bat in the middle of the lineup.
I would agree. And we said that in the offseason, but maybe Neander was just like, I'll find one at the deadline. Let's see what this looks like. See who surprises me before I go spend big money on a proven bat.
Well, now we know what we got here.
Yeah.
And so
because before the season, you wouldn't have planned on Ben Williamson doing what he's doing.
No.
Right?
No.
You may not have even, who else has been a big surprise?
Ryan Valade hitting lefties the way he's doing.
Crushing them. Chandler's having a great year.
DeLuca healthy.
Yeah.
Pretty good output so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's hitting 271.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Any day. All right. Let's get to some of the comments here in our first section. 813 guy. Good morning. Says, great day to be a fan of the AL leading Tampa Bay Rays. Can't wait to get some good news on the stadium. I think it's coming, brother. I think it's coming. Hey, shout out to our friends over at the Bubba Army and Bubba the Love Sponge for whatever you guys think of him. I love the guy. He's been very good to me. Don't always agree with everything he does.
Don't like his recent speculation on a franchise icon.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I've got other information, but he usually has some pretty good information. So I'm not going to comment on any of that. That's, and I don't even think that. Yeah, but anyway, they were saying some great stuff about our stadium coverage. So we really appreciate them over there. So other folks here, we got Nick. Do you end up watching WWE Backlash? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, as much as I complain, of course I watched it because I'm a wrestling fan. That's what we do. We complain, but we still watch. It turned out to be a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Pretty good show. There were less commercial breaks. Flow was much better. Matches got time. Had John Cena come out there and give his historic announcement.
What was the historic announcement?
Not very historic, to be honest with you. He announced the John Cena Classic. It's going to be some tournament that they do between the rookies and all the main superstars. And then apparently the fans are going to be able to vote at the end of this tournament, the winner, and they're going to get a new championship belt that's going to have Cena's name on it, which, let's be honest here, this is wrestling. It's all the work. I don't care what the fans are voting. The fans are not having any say in this at all.
Dude, I can't get over ESPN's coverage of wrestling now.
Oh, it was, again, this week for this is a B-level pay-per-view is what they call these. These are the minor pay-per-views, basically. And the coverage all week, again, it's too much.
I think this goes for journalism in general. We have gone so far over the line to whatever makes ratings work. We're going to do it. It doesn't, there's no integrity. There's no journalistic ethics. It's just all driven by whatever gets ratings. So we clickbait the hell out of everybody and everything is salacious. And, we were talking before the show about the Vrabel Rossini thing. It's although I don't think ESPN's really covered much of it, but everybody else has.
They've tried to avoid it at all costs.
I don't care.
I never cared about this whole story, and I still wish it would go away, to be honest with you. But
I mean, people are talking about him not coaching this year. Listen, I find, infidelity is not a good thing. I'm not a fan.
No, and Bob Kraft should know that.
Yeah, it screws up a lot of worlds. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm a realist. And I understand how prevalent it is in our society. And if people start losing their jobs for it, well, then nobody's going to be worried. The whole damn league's going away. I mean, if we're going to be honest, You think the players are not dabbling in that? I mean, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
No, should reporters be sleeping with sources? No.
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 I hate to say it, but like,
no.
It is true. Like, it's a different situation for her completely.
Yeah, it's much more on her. Well, I don't want to put, I mean,
and it's not a
screwing with your family. That's not cool either. And if he was giving her stories because she was giving him whatever, that none of that is okay. But also it's like, I think we've just really blown this out of proportion. It's two people cheating
at this point,
and it happens all the freaking time. I don't like it personally.
Right.
Not my thing. But listen,
it is kind of funny. Like,
people have open marriages and things like that. Not my thing.
It is kind of
Ashley,
funny though.
Not my thing.
It's like all these photos that, like, the recent photo over the weekend was them on a boat together. Like the fact, like, the story came out like, oh, Mike Vrabel and Deanna Rossini were on a boat together while she was 2 months pregnant, and then it's like the day later we actually get the photo and video proof. Like,
who's putting these photos out?
It's conspiracy theories. I think it's Diana's husband who's putting these all out.
Was he there? Is he the cuck? Like, what are we doing?
I have no idea. It is so above like my pay grade, but I'm at this point. The other fascinating thing too is like Vrabel was like essentially owning up to it and admitting it. Like, yeah, I did it. I screwed up. Sorry, guys. I'll try to be better. Diana Rossini has just like gone into hiding, and she will not admit anything.
Well, she doesn't need to be in hiding because every one of her interviews from the last 5 years are being played ad nauseum everywhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just shocked we didn't pick up on it earlier. She doesn't like her husband.
Apparently.
JSA13 also says the filthy Philadelphia 76ers were bounced from the playoffs. They look weak against the Knicks. The NBA is weird, but I did want to talk a little bit about, congrats to the Knicks. When the Knicks are good, I guess that's kind of fun.
It's good for basketball.
It's good for basketball, I think it's fun. Right? Yeah.
It's the one New York team that I'll allow to have success.
Yeah, right? I think that's fine. And they got a lot of likable guys. I love Jalen Brunson. Love him.
He's just like, he's not, I don't know, superstar is a word that gets thrown out a lot. Yeah. We call everybody a superstar in the NBA now.
Yeah, but he's a super likable guy.
Yeah, he's a super
Every time he does
guy.
an interview, I'm like, I love that
They
guy.
play a great brand of basketball.
I love the way he plays.
Yeah. I love that he's like not like he doesn't look like a star.
No.
So it's like from a regular fan standpoint, I feel like we could buy into that.
Yeah, big time. So I'm okay with that part about it. But Wimbiana, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Wimby elbowed the shiz out of who was it? Forgot his name.
Somebody on Minnesota.
And it was intentional because he was just getting absolutely slapped and banged. Listen, everybody's trying to out physical him because he's an absolute freak and he's owning everybody. Mm-hmm. He's the best player in basketball, I think, at this point. I think he is. And he just said, I've had enough. And someone got up in his grill and he took him out with an elbow. And so this morning, it was an interesting debate on Get Up, said no one ever, where Jay Williams said, this is a growth moment for him. He needed to do this, and he needed to let everybody know in the league, you get up on me, I'll kill you. Because he could kill you with one of them elbows. He will knock your lights out.
Yes.
And so he did, and he sent a message. Now, and then Windhorst was like, you can't do this in a playoff game. You've got to have composure, and you can't take yourself out of a game when you're playing. You're too important. He might get suspended. They better not suspend him for another game because basically missed one game.
Come on.
So get out of here with that. So I was kind of on because watching Wimby playing, watching him getting banged around, it's kind of like I think Jay's right. He needed to do this and just send a message to everybody that I'm not going to take it and I will knock your ass out if you want to get up on me like that.
I think both takes have truth to. I think both have truth to them.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't both be true because you either do it or you don't. You either send the message. Listen, at this point in your career, you're young and it's only one game.
Yeah.
I'll give up one game to let everybody know I will kill you.
Yeah.
I will take you out with an elbow. You want to get that close to me? You want to keep banging me? You want to keep nudging me and not nudging, but giving me forearms to the ribs every time? Okay.
And if the Spurs win the game, which they came very close to doing even without him because they have a really good roster and they're well coached, then it's all like, one of those things where everybody's like, all right, it happened. Now we move on. But you lost the game. So, of course, that becomes the big story.
But he's much CTV. Again, I'm starting to watch a little bit of this. And Some of it's really good.
I think he's more must-see TV than who everybody thinks is the best player in the world, and SGA. Like when I watch, I mean, the Thunder are a damn good basketball team. Don't get me wrong, but watching him play.
Did you watch Ant-Man last night?
Well, I mean, he's probably my favorite player. He's my favorite player in the league.
Man, some of the shots he was making last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But SGA, I just feel like he's always falling on the ground, and it's been you saw like the game 2, the Lakers were pretty pissed off about it and everything.
Well,
which is probably a little rich,
flops.
A little rich coming from them. But yeah, he's not the most aesthetically pleasing superstar to watch, even though he's probably the best player in the league.
I'd say Wemby is. Who would you take if you're starting the team? Come on, not even close.
See, my thing is, I always want to have like a point guard who can shoot. Who can
he's 7'10"
do all those things,
and can shoot.
Like I don't know, Wemby's throwing everything like on its. He's just you can't. There's no comparison to him. That's the thing. He's like in a league of his own. So I guess you take Wemby because you can't replicate that. You can't duplicate that player. So you probably take Wemby.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back on the other side and get into the Bucs and your comments. We got lots of comments on the Rays, so I want to get to those before we kind of move on to the Bucs. But we got to hit a break. All right, get your comments in. You could do that, by the way, on X. You could do it on YouTube. You can do it on Facebook. Just Google the JP Peterson Show and take your platform of choice, and you can join us. And we really appreciate all you guys jumping in. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa, where I just got my new GV70. It was a great experience with those guys. You walk in, no high pressure. You kind of tell them what you're looking for, tell them where your budget is, and away you go. And it was fantastic. I never thought, honestly, I could get into a car like this. This GV70 is ultra luxurious, incredible technology. It just rides like a freaking dream. I absolutely love this car, and they made me a deal I couldn't refuse, quite honestly. So check them out, Genesis of Tampa. The cars sell themselves, quite frankly, because of the value, the technology, the comfort, the luxury. But it's the experience that'll keep you coming back. The service is off the charts. They make it so easy. They come pick up your car, bring you a loaner, bring your car back. It doesn't get any easier than that. GenesisofTampa.com is the website. Check out all the cars. And better yet, just drop on by 801 East Bears Avenue and tell them JP sent you. We'll be back at 3 talking a little Buccaneers and your comments. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food. Everything is fresh. Nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you can trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Monday, along with Nick Geddes. Appreciate you guys jumping in here. Appreciate the great folks at Italiano Insurance. That's the place that does all the work, and you save all the money. You just give them a call, and a human being will answer the phone and try to help you out, whatever you need, whether it's auto insurance, whether it's homeowners insurance, business insurance, obviously, life insurance. They do it all. But let them run all those insurance payments that are going up, your auto insurance, your home insurance. They'll shop it around, see if they can find you a better price, and they'll also make sure you're getting all the discounts that you should be getting. 40% of you are underinsured, so you got to make sure that you have enough insurance as well. They do it all at Italiano Insurance, protecting all the pieces of your life. Give them a call at 813-877-7799. All right, we're going to get into some stadium stuff here in just a little bit. We'll also be talking some USF softball, by the way. Congrats to them getting into the big dance and doing something they haven't done in quite some time, which is going out of state for a regional, which may help them instead of going to Gainesville and Tallahassee all the time, playing the best teams in the nation.
FSU softball got hosed.
Did they get hosed? I thought they won the ACC.
Well, they won the ACC, which they do almost every year, but they didn't get one of the top 8 seeds for the tournament. UCLA, it was a very controversial decision yesterday. UCLA got the final one, even though they have similar records, and UCLA went 4-8 out of conference, I believe.
So you're telling me
and Florida State beat them head to head.
So you're telling me we got hosed again by ESPN?
If that's how you want to look at it, then sure. I'm just saying that sounds like FSU softball got hosed in the seeding.
Why is it always FSU getting hosed by the NCAA and ESPN?
Oh,
at some point, you asswipes, Stop punishing the players. I understand you got a beef with us and our administration because we tried to make some things right that you were screwing us over on. I understand it. But at some point, can you just let the players be the players? Like, this is ridiculous. I don't even want to get into that. But, man. All right, let me hit a couple more comments here since we were on the Rays, and then we'll move on to the Bucs. Appreciate you guys jumping in here. Alejandro, good morning, says, hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope everyone is in good health. He's so positive. He's like the most positive person I know. Love Alejandro. So what a great weekend to be a Rays fan with us beating the Red Sox. Glad we won the series, and 8-9 versus the division. 8 out of 9 versus the division. Yeah.
And we get Toronto. We get Toronto, I guess, starting tonight in their place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they want no part of playing in Tropicana Field ever again. I know that. They just cannot win in Tropicana Field.
We are owning their ass down here.
Yeah, you know.
We're owning everybody right now. He also says the Rays are looking fantastic and glad we took 2 out of 3 from the Sox. Now we're in first place. Glad the Brewers swept the Yankees, which helped us out a lot. And let's go beat the Blue Jays. Yeah. Happy Monday to Nathan Elliott. What's up? What's Bucking says UFO files. We got more UFO files coming out this morning.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I'll check on that. We'll do UFO stuff. I love that. Send me a link. Ice Cube Jones said, great job, JP. Bubba was putting you over big time this morning. All right. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. And Sergio says the Rays are on fire. They are. Mm-hmm. Alejandro, the rookies look good from what Bowles comments say, and I'm interested in seeing how they're going to do during preseason. There are a couple of names that Bowles said could make the team. I am intrigued. You know, you got to be careful about being intrigued at this time of year.
It's intriguing. It's intrigued season.
Interesting is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, and we'll get into this in just a second. We gotta, pump the brakes a little bit. Pump the brakes. Rick says JP ended up at the donkey show later that night. You're talking about the petting zoo. No, we didn't do that. Did I feed the Brahma Bull pie? Not sure what that means.
I knew that one was going to go over your head.
What is that, a wrestling reference?
When you said you were petting the Brahma Bull, I said, did you hang out with The Rock? Because, that's what he used to call himself, the Brahma Bull.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then he always talks about, the people's pie, eating pie and everything.
Yeah, right over my head.
I knew that would fly over your head.
Alejandro says, Mac Harris is someone who intrigues me because Todd Bowles talked very, very highly about him. I would like to bring him in and see what he could do, especially since he's a USF guy. Nice story. Yeah, good player. It is a great opportunity for a lot of these cats to get.
It's a hell of a position group. If you want to make, that one is probably the one that you have the best shot at.
What, linebacker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, that said, we did spend money on guys.
You spent money.
You're not cutting them.
You spent money on one guy.
Well, you're not cutting Roseboom. You spent a little bit of money.
Are you kidding me? I'd cut Roseboom right now. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in a Bucs practice jersey. Get him out of here.
I don't disagree.
Terrible. But I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he is not a good football player. Yeah. Sorry.
That was one of the ones where I'm like, really? That's what we're doing now?
Brought back John Bullock.
Scraps.
Didn't John Bullock did something on John Bullock was on my what list because didn't he get some stupid penalty last year on special teams?
Yeah, really dumb.
And then he got cut right after, and they brought him right back.
Lottie says holiday weekends are a reminder that we no longer get the themed hats and jerseys. What? The themed hats and jerseys?
Like for baseball, they always, every holiday or everything, you always get the themed jerseys and hats. I guess, did they not do the hats anymore?
I thought they did all the pink stuff yesterday.
I know they did the pink bats and everything, but usually you get like the hats and everything.
Oh, and the jersey. Oh, right.
I guess maybe they don't do that. I don't know.
That was a lot of pink yesterday.
It's probably too expensive. We just can't make good product anymore.
Baseball's print money.
Fanatics, I hate you.
Yeah, maybe let's just blame Fanatics.
Yep.
Kurt Thorison says this is an Armed Forces hat, 4th of July hat coming. Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, I do like the theme hats. I do that. Yeah, I think the Rays are doing some of those, right?
Yeah, every team does it. I think we have the super chat here from Alex Nunn too. So I'll put his up. When ESPN screams this is Rays baseball, when bunting, etc., it's amazing.
Yeah, I like that too. Like that. Alejandro says the Red Sox were acting like bitches the entire series. Like Tolly was cheering like they were winning after striking out Junior. Durant started to beef with Junior for no reason. Bitch, you suck. Sit down.
Yeah, we were just
Alejandro. Damn.
We said you were too positive. You went to the dark side.
I like edgy Alejandro. I do like edgy Alejandro. When you more of that?
But his photo, he's like smiling at me, and then he's putting that comment.
Bitch, you suck. Sit down. Bring it.
You eventually rub off on every listener. Eventually,
we'll get a James Shields Cocoa Crisp thing going.
Man,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I would kill
YouTube that.
I would kill for one of those.
I would
kill for one. Can we bring? In fact, next time we play the Yankees, can we bring back some fire in this? I feel like the rivalry.
We're too nice now.
The rivalry just seems like it's a little flat. We got no one on either side that's willing to take is there hatred there like there was 6 years ago?
Do we have a Johnny Gomes? I don't think we do.
Do those guys exist in the league anymore?
Nah. They're almost like the old goons in hockey. The old Kyle Farnsworth, Johnny Gomes, like just intimidating guys.
I just feel like in general, like around baseball, like you don't see as many brawls anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they hand out suspensions now like crazy, and maybe guys are more aware of it. Managers love to step in now anytime a player tries to get involved because obviously they don't want the player to do something stupid.
I think guys are too worried about, their eye black and their
the Kevin Kiermaier syndrome.
All that stuff. There's a lot more primping maybe than there used to be.
Yeah.
Like I look at these guys over my shoulder and I don't remember any of them doing any of that stuff. Looking at the big red machine, by the way, the picture I have in the office here. I could actually show that. Hold on.
I love this picture and I get to look at it. Look at that. Look at those guys. Johnny Bench, my favorite all-time player that I never watched. Right there.
They weren't doing any of that stuff.
No, even like a manager. I'd kill to have a manager do the old school, rub some dirt on an umpire's cleat.
Well, they can't even argue anymore because they have reviews. There's no reason to even argue.
So basically what I'm saying.
It takes it all out of the game.
So basically what I'm saying is ABS is bad for baseball.
Somebody, you can't say, bitch, you suck. Sit down.
No.
Like Alejandro just did. Said, you fellas, Kevin Cash is in his bag right now. Caminero will give Tampa the Ohtani effect. Approve the stadium deal, says Jew Jetson. Down with that, man. Just, as far as stadium stuff goes, there's no real new news, but I'll give you a quick update. Looks like they're trying to get a memo of understanding, a non-binding one, done 20th and the 21st. There'll be some key state funding things this week. We got to get the Hillsborough College funding approved. That will be approved hopefully this week in the special session up in Tallahassee. So that's the next big thing we got to check off the list. But yeah, in fact, I just read this. Danny Boy Kane made me aware of this. This is, hold on. I got to
get the fat fingers to work.
Yeah, sorry about this. I got to tweet it out there. It says Braves Q1 financials are out. We're talking about the battery here, and that's why it's applicable to our stadium deal. Broadcast revenue was actually down as Braves Vision was just getting off the ground, but the most notable number is the battery. Related revenues continues to climb, up 41% from Q1 2025, $18.6 million to $26.3 million. What this means is that the battery continues to be this incredible success story in terms of stadium investment. And why is that important? Because that's exactly what the Rays are doing. They're following that template. And Joshua Wostall, who is the commissioner who is really gotten extremely personal and grandstanding and nasty over this whole thing. It's really sad to see a public official acting the way he's acting.
You guys are all getting on my nerves, man.
Who?
So all these like commissioners or whatever that like are against it. I guess like, there's it's fine if you're against it. Okay. Like
there's no commissioner. It's him. I mean, there's other people like Charlie's against it, but he's not being immature.
Let me say this too. And you probably know more about Charlie Miranda than I do. And from what I understand, is he born and raised in Tampa?
Oh, he played for the Smokers.
He was
a baseball player.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm like, when he made
he loves baseball, but he's just dead wrong.
When he made that comment last week at the courthouse that you were at about how baseball doesn't work in the South.
He said it doesn't sell
or whatever. Like, I don't know if I'm like totally missing his comment. And like, again, this was before I had any like understanding of his history in Tampa. And I guess anytime someone tries to tell me that like baseball doesn't work in the South or it doesn't sell or it's not our thing, I get really upset about that because as I've said multiple times, it doesn't take much research to go and look at the pantheon of players, managers that we've produced in this area.
I think he's saying specifically pointing to attendance in St. Pete, which he should point to attendance in St. Pete and not make a blanket statement like that because you don't sound very smart.
Context matters here.
Right.
We haven't done it right in this, as you said, we haven't done it right in this market. Miami hasn't done it right in their market, and both have paid.
Yeah.
A price.
And it's not even like we haven't done it right. It's we've done it all wrong. Horrible stadiums. I mean, the Marlins have a nice stadium now, but they picked the worst location possible.
I don't think anybody likes that thing, though.
Yeah.
I don't think people even think it's nice.
I think a lot of people like it. The actual stadium, Big O loves it. He's been there many, many times. Of course, he played there. Actually, I don't think he played. Did he play in that one? No, he didn't play in that one. But he played in the old baseball stadium, which was horrible. And they played there for 30 years? You know, it's terrible. Or an old football stadium. The football stadium. It's terrible. And it was in a terrible location.
Just like this one is.
This one's an even worse location, actually. Even worse location. And it's just you can't they've had unpopular owners, unpopular managers.
That's also a flashy sports town.
Yeah.
Where people, the only way to get them to care is if you have a great product
and superstars.
And you have superstar players. The Marlins take out like 5 years of their history. Essentially, they have had none of that.
Yeah.
And
they don't spend any money.
People just don't care.
Yeah. It's just poorly done. And of course, we don't have to go through the history of this terrible location, terrible stadium, unpopular owners, which I'm glad I had a great opportunity to say that right to Charlie's face. That's why they don't go to the games, but they're still the number one rated TV show on cable every night in Tampa. Every night they play. And it's not even close. They have a huge fan base here.
I tried to
Not to mention, you know what? I bet they sell a lot of jerseys and baseball gear in Tampa. You know why? Because every freaking kid plays baseball.
Right.
It sells here. Baseball sells. It sells on TV. The only place it doesn't sell is at the box office because you've done it all wrong.
That's what I always say. Football, you almost have to put that in a separate tier because football is always going to be king.
Yeah.
But man, like even when people try to compare it to like the Lightning and they like to say, oh, the Lightning are actually the number 2 game in town. And I'm like, okay. The Lightning have had a lot of success. They fill their stadium every night.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of getting the casual fan. And obviously where their arena is located is in a great spot. All those things factor into it. But baseball to me is more popular here amongst the majority than hockey. I don't think that's crazy to say.
No.
But people on the outside just don't think that.
No. And back to Wostall, quoted something from Grok about, Grok, tell me about our stadium's good economic investments, blah, 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 like a real broad, open question. And Grok said something like, typically, some economists would say that baseball stadiums are not good investments and job creators, blah, 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 blah. But that's taking into consideration the hundreds of stadiums generated from, constructions from 1960 on. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a brand new concept, which is building a village and an entertainment center around the stadium and combining the two to make revenue and pay back the city and the county for what what they're putting in. He used that little quip there from Grok and said, thanks, Grok. See, I told you. And I went on and asked Grok about, tell me a little bit about how much money has come back to Cobb County and the Battery in Atlanta. And it goes down through this myriad of, when you look at what Cobb County's $16 million was their debt service, they went net positive in year 10 of a 30-year deal. And now every year they're getting $4 to $6 million put into their general fund, $8 million. This is extra money going into their general fund. $8 million into their school system. The state of Georgia is making $16 million. And all these numbers are going up and through the roof per the Q1 of last year. So, and this is why there are 10 cities in America waiting for the city of Tampa to say no to this because they want the Rays to move there. because then they wouldn't have to pay a $2.5 billion expansion fee and the $2 million they're going to have to pay to build a stadium. And yes, the owners are going to pay that, but if the owners have to pay a 2.5 expansion fee, how much money are they going to have left for a stadium? Probably none. And then the public's going to have to pay $2 billion for the stadium and probably cost overruns and everything else. But they're willing to do it because they know how much money is going to come back to them in revenues and taxes, which is the same thing that's going on with this deal. So when all these economists, and I see everybody say, economists say, the J.C. Bradburys of the world, they're looking at stadium deals that had nothing to do with what the Braves did and nothing to do with what's going on in this specific deal. And that's the only deal that matters. Tell J.C. Bradbury to do something on this specific deal. And that fact, that's already been done. 3 different companies have done studies, feasibility studies on this particular project, and all of them come back between either $2.8 billion or $6 billion in ad valorem tax revenue coming back to the county and city for a $1 billion investment. So financially, it's a home run. And then just from a halo effect of what keeping your baseball team does for your community and all the Drew Park around it, that is unquestioned, because you can go look at every one of these new stadiums that have been built in blighted areas. Look at Washington, D.C., look at Coors Field, look at Houston, all these different places that were built in blighted areas like Drew Park that have actually exploded around them. And that's why we're talking about this deal, Joshua, not every other stadium deal that looks nothing like this particular deal. You keep talking about those deals. This is the one we're looking at. And that's what you should be looking at, not all these other deals that may or may not have been bad. But it doesn't matter. This is the deal we're talking about. And that's why it looks so good, in my opinion. Joel Forson says, most fans can't handle this type of baseball because they weren't around for the small ball era. They've only seen the strikeout home run crap. That's a great point. But I think fans are loving it. Or is it just us?
I think Rays fans are more adaptable to embrace different types of ways of winning, because you look at the disadvantages that we've had.
Oh, we have breaking news. Judge goes on the IL for a neck injury. Injury believed to be caused from looking up at the Rays in the standings. That's a good one, Airweed. Doesn't look good for Judge. There will be there all season. Is that true, or is that just a joke?
He's not on the IL, no.
Okay. God damn it. Got me excited. Alejandro says, after this, owners get the stadium deal done and figured out the Rays' first priority after that is extending Junior long term. I would give Junior the same contract of Vladdy Jr., which would be perfect. Well, listen now. We got some time with Junior. We don't have to lock him up in the next year. We have him under control for what, 6 more years? Yeah. Now, I'm not saying we wait 6 years. That's not what I'm saying. But let's chill a little bit, because you don't want to get into anything too early. But don't forget, their baseball now has a compensation system. So if you have a great year, you get more money.
Yeah,
because of your production.
You got to see what happens too with this incoming labor dispute. It's probably going to play a big role.
Huge part. You do not want to be making any major deals like this before the labor deal is finished.
Of course, I mean, you also have teams, they're giving players who haven't even gotten to the major leagues yet 8-year deals for $70 million or whatever. Like the Mariners did that with one of their top prospects. He hasn't even played yet in the majors.
Yeah,
you've seen teams take that route too.
I think some teams are looking at this and saying it might be more expensive after this labor agreement. And if you think about it, with the Padres being sold for $3.5 billion, and not revenues, but viewership up 44%, which will eventually turn into revenue. By the way, when Charlie says it doesn't sell, yeah, all the commercials on Rays that they're selling locally on MOR TV, they're selling the hell out of it. They're selling the hell out of it because the ratings are really, really good. So it does sell. But that viewership will eventually turn into money. So I think some of these teams are saying, we better lock these guys up now before the new labor agreement, because costs could go up after that, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Now, for the Rays, they could do that and be proactive. And remember, that's not the first few years of that contract are not going to be $30, $40 million deals.
No,
they'll bump up they'll buy out his arbitration year, so to speak. But the big stuff won't kick in till they're well into their new stadium and getting all that revenue. Hopefully. All right, let's we got to take another break. All right. Yeah. I screwed that up. I was going to get into the Bucs, but we didn't. So I apologize. We will do that when we come back. And we'll bug off the Rays and head over to, we got some comments coming here on the Bucs as well. All right, so get your Bucs comments in. We got some sound for you. We will hear from Todd Bowles on Keontae Scott, on Bain. We got some Bain video. That when I saw this video, I just
came out of my seat.
I did. I did it. I never got so excited about practice video, but I love this stuff. All right, so we'll do the Bucs when we come back. We are brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC. It's getting into that time of year, folks, where you're looking at peak efficiencies, and they will do that for you at thirdgenerationplumbing.com and AC. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling. They have the best units, the most efficient units, the most economically viable units. You've got to get a American Standard Heating and Cooling unit so you will not break down in the hot summers of Florida. thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We'll put it in for you. Great folks over there. Go to the website, call them, schedule that maintenance agreement to $169. You'll come out twice a year to make sure your unit is working in peak condition. That's thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Therefore, the prime rib sandwich. I just get a hanker. The burgers are fantastic. I mean, the burgers are absolutely off the chain. So I go there for the food because I don't drink a lot anymore. But when I do, I like that hazy IPA. It's really, really good. But whatever you're going to a sports bar for, they have it there for you at Riveters. Unless you're going to get like luxury white tablecloth, preppy sports bars. You know the ones I'm talking about. That's what you're looking for. Riveters ain't that. So, but if you're looking for a real sports bar, that's the place to go. It's right there just north of 275, just south of the stadium there on Del Mabre. All right, let's do some Bucs. When I saw this Rueben Bain video that the Bucs put out, I was like, first of all, when you see guys, here, full disclosure, guys, I did not go out to rookie minicamp because they had it on Friday. It started during the show, couldn't get out there. We had the Big O show to do. And on Saturday, I had Mother's Day duties, so couldn't make it out. So I apologize. So I'm going off all of the people I trust that watch a lot of stuff, guys over at Pewter Report, and got a lot of good video. And I'm watching the video of it, and the video doesn't do it justice in my words. That's why I like to get out there. But this video kind of did it justice. Do we have it?
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's pop this sucker up here. Rueben Bain doing the bad job. Damn. Good violence.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Did he punch that guy in the back?
I like it.
It's violent.
It is violent.
It's violent. And it's fast.
But
it's powerful.
But his arms.
His arms are too. Can't you see it in the video?
His arms, man.
You need 33-inch arms, not 31.
How am I supposed to overlook his arms, man?
He looks like a T-Rex.
I would much rather have someone that looks like JTS out there, man.
Oh, my God, yes. And take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What's this guy going to do? My God. Yeah, what a...
I literally, I know, it's mini camp. We're just seeing clips and everything. It's May. I just don't remember the last time I had such a strong feeling about a first round pick that the Bucs have had.
Well, if you see him when he does that lifts that sled up, not all guys do that.
No.
If we showed the whole clip of everybody else, you'd see him hit that thing and it goes about half as high as he did. He takes the thing off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it off the ground, almost turns it over. That is not normal. His explosion with his lower half and way he explodes up into the block with the hands. And by the way, it's just underwear. It's just a block. Okay, turn on the tape. He does the same thing on tape. To guys that are, you go look at, there's I think they're playing Ohio State, and there's a guard, and I went and looked him up. He was 345 pounds, and he was playing inside. And he went into him like that and lifted him up and tossed him aside like he was a rag doll. I was like, what the? And I went, it's like, that guy's 345 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. This guy's 270, 265. He is, his power is
in his bend.
Yeah. And when he ran the hump.
Yeah.
That's so if you're a tackle, you're like, okay, if he comes at me and bull rushes me power, okay, I got to set. I got to get ready for that, because if not, he's going to make me look silly. So when you anchor down like that and you're ready for that, and he slaps your arm and bends and goes around you, I mean, that's why this guy is lethal.
I'll just say it right now, just off of, again, haven't seen him play a down of football yet in the NFL, but in terms of just raw, pure talent for the position, nuance, all of it, I think he's probably the most polished guy the Bucs have had in their building since Simeon. I don't know. Is that too much?
JPP?
Is that too far? JPP was great for the Bucs.
It was older.
They got the 29 and it was still a damn good version, but it was a 29, 30-year-old version of JPP.
Good point.
I'm talking about, and just from a pure talent standpoint for the position, this to me is, and he's in the Simeon tier for this franchise.
To your point, they didn't draft Simeon or JPP.
No,
we're talking about as far as an edge rusher that we've drafted.
Yeah, and they've had productive guys like Michael Bennett for the year that he went off here before he got paid. Shaq, obviously the all-time sack record.
Yeah.
But like those guys did not have the pure talent that Rueben Bain has for the position.
No, I know. It's our strategy. I go back to Gaines Adams, who was, may rest in peace, was a complete flop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as edge rushers, we've drafted. We've never seen anything like this.
No, we haven't. We haven't. And this pick could pay dividends, honestly. The same way, like it almost reminds me of Tristan Wirfs in 2020. Tristan Wirfs was the fourth tackle off the board.
I know.
Fourth tackle off the board. And what was Rueben Bain, like the third or fourth pass rusher off the board?
Yeah, I mean Reese, and even those guys.
Reese, Bailey.
Those weren't prototypical. Well, Bailey was a prototypical edge rushers, but this guy, he's something different, and you could tell he's got a chip on his shoulder. The way he talks, the way he walks, he's just different. He is so exactly what this team needed.
Yes,
on so many levels. And listening to his interviews, I'm just the guy is serious. He's also very. He's already making a difference in his community. He went back to his high school and redid a bunch of their equipment and gear and facilities. We say, he has a character issue. It's really positive. It's an issue that you should take into consideration. It's super positive. So listen, if other teams thought that he was a character risk and his arms were too short, thank God. Thank you, Miami Dolphins.
Literally.
Thank you, Miami Dolphins. How the fuck Miami passed on this guy?
It is so perfect in his own backyard.
And they needed an edge rusher.
They needed anything with juice they needed.
How the hell did they pass on him? I put that up on Twitter, and their Dolphin fans filled up they're like, yeah, I don't know. This is the dumbest thing.
And for the player they took,
he's going to be a good player.
Is he?
I think.
I don't know.
They took the guard from Penn State, right?
No, they took Caden Proctor, the tackle from Alabama. Who like his weight is fluctuating, effort, all that stuff is always a question mark. Developmental guy. Take him at 12. If it hits, it's a home run, but it has a big time bust potential too.
Yeah.
In lieu of passing over him and Caleb Downs, because they did that too, because they traded out of that pick. That's Miami's issue, but it's the Bucs' gain. It's safe, in my opinion, like, again, for right where we stand right now, not seeing this guy play, I think it saved the entire offseason for the Bucs landing him. It saved everything.
Well, we're not talking about Todd Bowles anymore. Well, Bucs basement is.
He's still lingering in the front of my mind. He's still there.
Well, I do. I don't say this as a joke, but it's like if this guy's dropping in coverage 20% of the time, I don't know what the F we're doing. That's just stupid.
Yeah. And in general, with everything the Bucs have done this offseason and the personnel that Todd has there, it's like we've been saying, there's no excuses now, right? There's no excuses for why this should not be able to work. I almost feel like the Bucs, it would be in their best interest. Like, I'd like to see them throw some dime packages out there. I've been thinking about this personnel in particular, and we talk about Parrish, Tyke, Winfield. Keontae Scott.
Keontae Scott, yeah.
All these guys who do really good work inside the box and all make plays, near the line of scrimmage. Like, I want those guys all out there as much as possible.
Well, they're talking about that.
And linebacker is a position that you just don't really have. You got a lot of unknowns at that position.
Yeah.
Not a lot of depth. Go dime, man. Put 5 or 6 of them out there.
If you don't have linebackers that can cover, put Keontae Scott out.
Just leave one out there.
When they drafted him, he's 5'11", he's almost 6 foot, 210, 215. He's built. He's a badass. Rondé loves him. Loves his tape.
He reminds me of like Rondé Light, like his play style.
Or Rondé Heavy.
Yeah.
He's just a lot bigger than Rondé. So he can do those things. Get athletes on the field that bring power and violence, nastiness. Get them on the field. Defense has become kind of positionless anyway, hasn't it? It's at this point, do we run a 3-4? Do we run a 4-3? Do we do dime? And put guys out there.
I just want the best players on the field.
Match them up. Put guys out there and match up. Because listen, if they're running 4 wide all game long, I don't want 2 big linebackers out there. Trotter should not be on the field.
Yeah.
If they're going 4, even if they're going 3 wide, unless you got a downhill running football team, then Trotters, and people are all freaking out about, Trotter's a whiff. I'm like, first of all, let's pump the brakes on that. Guys played 2 years of college football. There's a lot. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but I cannot make it an educated argument that he's going to be a bust.
I would say his coverage ability, which we talked a lot about, there are numbers of support that the second half of his season at Missouri, he actually took big gains in that department. And the thing with Trotter too, a lot of guys just are not good in coverage because they don't turn well. They don't have the athletic ability. Looking at you, Servas.
He's got the
athletic ability to do it. And he's 20. Is he 21 yet, or is he still 20?
But again, where have we ever developed a linebacker?
That's the question. And who's teaching?
Who's teaching him? So, if he has the ability, great. But who's going to form it up?
He's a boomer bust. Yeah. He's very much boomer bust.
All right, what else we got? We got some Hurst video.
We got some sound here. We can
Ted Hurst, by the way, 6'4", 4'4". I was watching some of the video of the routes he's running. He doesn't run crisp routes. He's not a really crisp route runner. Far from polished, but man, you cannot deny. When you watch his tape, which I watched a little bit of it this weekend, he high points the ball better than Mike did, to be quite honest. Mike was not great at high pointing balls. He was good, but he wasn't. I always thought he could be better. He used his body a lot more than he used his reach.
Mm-hmm.
Hurst uses his reach. Mike would kind of catch it near his head, not fully extended at times. This guy does a really good job of extending 6'4" and his reach up top. I'm not saying he's better than Mike. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, from the film I watched, he really high points the ball really, really well. Mike didn't have to, because he knew his body was so big. He knew how to contort himself to make those catches. This guy already does a fantastic job of high pointing the ball. You could just see him make smaller defensive backs look silly at times. Now, it's going to be a little tougher. He's going to have to, be a little bit more physical than he was in college, but he's got the ability, and then just running away from people.
That's the element, the yak ability.
Yeah.
The yak, if you're looking at him as like a 1-for-1 replacement for Mike, probably silly to have that discussion right now.
Yeah, that's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while.
He does that. He has that extra gear when he gets the ball in his hands. Off the line, I would probably say off the line of scrimmage, he doesn't have the greatest first step, but once he gets going, he'll run away from people.
Yeah.
And he's very comfortable with the ball in his hands too once he gets it.
And he makes catches in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
That which was important to see that on the tape.
Playing on a horrible football team.
Yeah.
God awful.
And still had 2,000 yards and 15
He dominated.
touchdowns.
He did what he needed to do. So let's listen to him here. Quick little soundbite talking about what he brings to the Bucs.
I just say I bring value. Whether it's going to be on special teams or whether it's going to be on the field making plays, I'm going to show up every time it's asked to. And, some things I want to work on is just, being detailed. It's a very detail-oriented game, and I learned that yesterday. Just running through routes, you have to be in a specific spot, a specific place. You know, just small things can make you more open or can open up another lane for another guy.
You know, I liked a lot of things that he said in his interview, watching his interviews. He talked about his faith a lot. That's a very important part of it. He talked about his family a lot, how his brother kind of showed him the way. He wants to show the way for his brother. He's got a lot of loyalty to family. I like the character that he exuded. He stayed loyal to Georgia State by staying there. A lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff. He's not a me guy at all. He is not a me guy.
If you look historically, Jason Light outside of the Deshaun Jackson, who was brought in outside of the building, the guys that they draft at that position are never the me guys.
Yeah. So that's good. That's important in being a wide receiver, because we know what can happen in those situations. So I like that about him. I like the way he flows. Just looked really good.
Yeah, and he's not in a position where, like, I don't know what he's going to contribute this season unless there are mass injuries to that position, which have unfortunately happened the last couple of years. But you're probably asking him to be at best right now, like wide receiver 5.
Yeah.
Sprinkle him in.
Yeah.
Because the 4, the 3 are entrenched, obviously, with Godwin, Ibuka, and McMillan. And then I think Tez is going to get play too, because he just makes plays.
Yeah, he just makes plays.
So Ted Hurst doesn't have to play right now.
No, he can just find his way. There's no pressure, and be good at what you do now and develop the rest of your game in time. And that's a good spot to be in for him. It's a really good spot to be in. Some of the other guys, Keontae Scott had a cast on, so he didn't do a lot this weekend because he had
him and Capehart, I think, both dealing with lingering injuries from the end of the season.
So he's got, but again, his tape is really, really good. And I direct you to the Ronnie Barber show. He absolutely loves it. So go check that out. He did some interviews, loved what he's, just bringing Bain and him together. It's just, there's just some, I don't know. It's not Sapp and Brooks. We're not saying that, but it's just got a little feeling of it. It just does. It just like they're good friends. They're like-minded. They're both very edgy players, physical players, nasty players. They've been well schooled at UM. They're winners. I just like it. There's just a feeling of two guys that I think are going to start here for a long time and bring a lot to this defense. I just love that. Yes, Capehart didn't do much. Bauer, the tight end, seems like a nice kid. I don't know how much we're getting out of a 7th round tight end.
I think you're going to get more out of it than you think, to be honest.
Yeah, I got to wait to see. Tight ends is one of those positions where you got to see how they block.
It's usually a position that there's a longer learning curve.
Yeah.
In the NFL, there's a longer learning curve, but that position is going to be interesting because you got 5 guys, and the Bucs have always kept all 4 on the roster, whether it would be going back to Cade, Payne, Coe, and Devin Culp. Yeah. Now, usually Culp's been the odd man out on game day, but they've always kept 4 on the 53. So somebody's going away.
I don't know who that's going to be, because they all bring a different type of subset.
Payne, to me, is the guy that I would. He just doesn't do much for me. Like, I understand the value of Coe. Culp.
Well, you can't keep Coe in. Like, Coe's not catching the ball.
But Coe does special teams.
Yeah.
He blocks a little bit.
He's a tone setter.
Bottom line, no tight end in the league has played more snaps since 2023 than Cade Otton. He's played more snaps than any tight end in the league. And you probably got to find a solution to maybe even that out a little bit.
I love the way Devin Culp catches the ball.
Yeah, he's a guy I wish I could get more opportunity.
Yeah. And I wonder what Zach Robinson's going to do with him. I like to see that. I don't think the last guy was very. I don't think he was a big fan. So anyway, we'll see how those guys work out. They did sign Yasir Holmes out of Tarleton State, an outside linebacker who a lot of people like. Small school kid. They did that, and they also signed Kadarius Callaway, a 5'11", 211-pound running back out of New Mexico State, because they really don't have a power back. They, Gainwell's 5'9", Bucky 5'9", and they're slider guys.
Yeah. How many short yardage situations last year?
Sean Tucker
just could not get push.
Yeah, Sean Tucker is pretty good in those situations, though. So I don't know. I think we're fine at running back. I have no problem with running back, but it's a couple other guys that were added. All right. Let's take one more break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it up with comments and some other little tidbits that we have to get to. You guys have some good stuff in here on the Bucs. I want to get to those comments. Quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Hope you got that gift card match last week for Mother's Day. If you did not, or if you did, and the ladies, we got to go spend. This is the week to get those gift cards in and go to the Gold and Diamond Source and pick up some good stuff. Also, guys, they have an extended men's section now. Lots of baller watches if you're into that. They've got some pre-owned Rolexes there. Lots of good stuff for you guys as well. It's the Gold and Diamond Source. Always a great place for graduation gifts, which is a thing that's going on right now. Congrats to all you guys. By the way, we have a UCF graduation tidbit we might throw at you here, which is kind of interesting. Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Overton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, In addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. I was there on Friday night to kick off Mother's Day. Saw my man Paolo Tini there. Had the lasagna. We started with the calamari, which is the best calamari you will ever have. It's so lightly fried. And then the red sauce they serve it with is mwah, chef's kiss. And then I had the lasagna. Ashley had the spinach ravioli in an Alfredo sauce. Oh, so good. So good, so good. Cafe Paradiso, always a great spot, just if you're hungry for good Italian food. By the way, not to drop names, and I did see Vassie in there as well. There was another dignitary there that we were sitting across from who had lots of security. Lots of security.
Is Vassie hanging out by himself, or
no? He
have a date?
He was with the fam.
Oh, with the fam?
He was with the fam.
Nobody bothering him, I assume.
No. He was bitching about the lack of offense from his mates. I'm kidding. He did that at the podium.
I'm sure somebody said the word puck luck or something, and lasagna went flying across the room.
He threw a ravioli, but he stopped it.
Of course.
Or he could get the look like a puck. Right? Speaking of hockey, before I have some Todd Bowles we're going to play for you. Michael LaRue said the two worst teams in the East, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, played each other in the first round. One team was guaranteed to make the second round and got swept. Owner got extra home playoff games too. Got to love this playoff format. Yeah. It doesn't look good, does it? Second round sweeps. That's kind of – so when you say, oh, the Lightning went out in the first round.
Oh, no, I can't do this game, though.
Yeah, but come on. Were they better than Pittsburgh and Philly?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just not the format we're living in right now, though. So I can't play that game. I can't play that game. For at the end of the day, you haven't won a playoff series since 2022.
That's true.
I can't overlook that, and I hope that I think by the way, I wasn't here for the exit interview thing, so the Vasilevsky quote I absolutely loved.
Which one?
I loved everything about the whole thing about when he was shaking his head immediately about the puck luck thing. Like I don't think anybody wants to hear that right now.
No,
from Coop.
He certainly doesn't.
No.
And I know what Coop was saying. He'll be the first one to say you make your own luck.
You do.
But, I think at the time that was maybe appropriate, but no, I think he would agree with everything that Vassie said.
Yeah. Now, 100%. All that being said, Carolina getting the draw of a banged up Ottawa team and then playing Philly, which.
Come on now.
And Carolina's done what Carolina's won. They're 8-0 in the playoffs, and it looks very easy for them. Carolina's a damn good hockey team.
They are.
Like, I probably would tell you that no matter who they play, they probably would be in the conference final. But yeah.
But would the Lightning be in the conference final if they played Ottawa and Philly?
I mean, sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I know people are looking at the result yesterday, too, in Montreal and Buffalo, saying that, the Montreal-Tampa series was the real main event. When you look how tight those games were. Yeah. And then you see last night, Montreal just having their way with Buffalo.
Was it 5-1 in game 2? I think it was
6-2 last night.
It was. Game 2 was 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, Buffalo won. But yeah, I mean, Montreal's pretty damn good.
Pretty good hockey team.
Pretty good hockey team. Yeah, I mean, you may come out of this saying, "Oh, I think the Lightning were the second or third best team in the East out of the playoffs." If it's Montreal and Carolina,
I mean, I do think the 4 best teams in the East were some variation of Carolina, Montreal, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay.
So when first round exit, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could say you shouldn't look at first round exits the same way you used to look at them back then. Sure,
right.
but
that's what I think we're saying.
They are what they are, though.
But it doesn't matter.
You got to beat the team.
It doesn't matter.
You got to beat the teams.
Right. You have to beat Montreal eventually, right, to get to the Cup.
Yeah, and so
Carolina.
So when I hear people say like, "Oh, the Lightning are close," they're close. Like I just can't hear it right now.
I think it's better for them to not hear it. I think it's better for them to have Vasi say what Vasi said and Cooch say what Cooch said, and everybody be on notice that this is unacceptable and needs to be better on many levels. Which means it's not blow it up. That's not what we're saying, but I think there needs to be a significant change.
I think the Lightning.
I didn't say changes. I said a significant change. Like one bold move might do the trick. I
agree. And I also think the Lightning need to figure out what they want their identity to be. I think Evan Klosky does a great job on putting out his clips of sort of summing it all up whenever we're all emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think he hit the nail on the head. The Lightning have an identity crisis right now.
I think they have an identity crisis, and I think they have a leadership in the room crisis.
Oh, I think that's a big issue.
I love what he said. My take on it was if they play game 1 through 5 like they played 6 and 7, they win that series. They played with the requisite intensity, they cut down time and space for Montreal. They suffocated them in game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And to some degree, I'm not saying total suffocation, but much better than games 1 through 5. And had they played that way from the jump, I think they win the series, and you don't leave it up to a game 7 where you got 2 bad bounces and got beat from 9 shots. I mean, Buffalo ain't holding Montreal to 9 shots.
No.
And I don't think Carolina's going to hold them to 9 shots.
They could. Let's not say that. They could.
We'll see.
Carolina's like the best defensive team in the league. I wouldn't put it past them, but.
All right, back to Todd Bowles. I wanted to play the Bowles stuff because he touched on all the guys. I think this is from Friday.
Yeah.
First impressions.
Yeah. We'll do the one here on Keontae Scott was probably his most insightful answer.
Okay.
He's probably, even with his size, he plays more like a linebacker, and Paris plays a great nickel. And Paris is the cover guy, and Paris is tough, and he can tackle. He's one of the few guys that runs a 4-3, talking about Keontae, that plays a 4-3. You can really see it in his play, in his explosion. He's very instinctive, and Paris was all rookie, and he's still going to play in there as well, but we're going to give him some more outside reps. We're going to start Keontae out as nickel, then we'll see if he evolves to whether it becomes a safety or a corner from that standpoint and go from there. But, he's really a guy that can play all over the place, allows us to play with 6 DBs some and keep him and Parrish inside, so he gives us a lot of options.
I heard it, 6 DBs.
No, I listen, if you're talking about the best players being on the field, doing this off the cuff here. So Winfield, Ty Key, right? Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
Zion.
He's got to be out there, yeah.
Yeah. Zion's going to, I'm telling you, I think he's going to bounce back and have a good year. He just needs to be.
Mentally, he's got to be more checked in.
Yeah, and more aggressive. All right. And then the Gibbons, Anzalone.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever's going to be your linebacker 2. I don't know if it's going to be Trotter to begin. It might be Voss. It might be somebody else. We'll see.
Gosh, I can't do a Voss again.
All right, so linebacker 2. But listen, that linebacker 2, that's where it could be Keontae.
I think it needs to be.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's put him in there. All right. And then you got Bain, Cansey, Vita.
Yeah.
And Yaya.
Where's the hole?
You can't screw that up, Todd.
God, I hope everyone stays healthy.
You can't screw that up. Well, you could. If those guys are confused and don't know where they're going and thinking too much.
I hope we get to see that.
Let those guys lose. Let them eat. Let them eat.
Yeah.
Let them loose.
I hope we get to see them on the same field at the same time, because as I said, hopefully there's no injuries, but you can't get away from the Kalijah discussion. And I'm telling you, Kalijah, I'm telling you, is the guy who makes it all work up front.
He is.
He just is. Like, go back to the
when
first.
He plays, we play
those
good
first
defense.
2 games of the season last year were the best the Bucs looked on defense all year.
That's right.
Kalijah was out there.
Because they got pressure with 4.
Yeah.
Imagine putting Bain in. If you can't get pressure with Bain, Cansey, Vita Vea, and Yaya, come on now.
And with what the one thing Trotter does very well right now is he wins 1v1 up front and can get home. He's got legit pass rush to him.
And yeah, that's true. And like you use him in different spots. But when he can get pressure with 4, then Todd doesn't have to mess around with some of the crazy schemes to create pressure.
You can fall back into what has been an issue. Like, I think Rondé pointed it out last year, the year before. Like, the Bucs don't have a base defense they can just fall back into.
Exactly. It's a great point. It's a great point. All right, any more from Todd?
We could play Todd real quick, waxing poetic about Rueben Bain.
All right.
Looked like it was a mid-season form. Obviously, he's from Miami, so he's going to be practicing in the heat, where a lot of the other guys are going to struggle to adjust to this weather. So it didn't bother him at all. He came in great shape, and he ran around well, and kind of picked up some things very well.
And Rick, right on cue, the midseason form said, Todd also said Bain is in midseason form, so he gave him the rest of the month off, walk through only in training camp. Well played. Well played. Thomas Casper says Bucs 90% back to Munich and the first NFL game in Switzerland. So we're having schedule rumors pop out.
It does seem like there's a possibility. I think
I'm going to Germany if they go.
Be in Munich.
I'm going to freaking Germany if they go. I've never been to an overseas Bucs game. It's time to go, Nathan Elliott. You're paying my way. Let's go.
I mean, that was the most, to me, that's the most, maybe I'm biased, but that game against the Seahawks was the most fun I've ever had watching one of those international, because I usually hate the international games.
The Germans know how to do it.
That was beautiful.
Hofbrauhaus.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful country too.
So I would welcome a game in Munich. That'd be cool.
Let's get our negative taste of Bucs basement this morning. It says Trotter is not impressed in training camp.
It's not training camp.
It was 2 days, bro.
It's rookie mini camp.
From what people are saying, to the shock of no one, light second round pick since Whitfield on defensive stunk. Relax. As Chris Cole says, Trotter's still young and has a higher ceiling than J-Rod and Allen. I don't know. J-Rod, I'm a fan.
I mean, J-Rod's the kind of guy, if you had him, you plug him in, you play him, and you know what you're getting.
Yeah. All right, so I teased this UCF thing. So you have that handy?
I do.
I set it up.
I do. This was the commencement speech this past weekend. I'm not sure who this speaker is, but
doesn't matter.
No, she was, she's trying to, I guess, I don't know. I would say trying to give inspiration to the new graduates.
So you're coming in, you're doing the graduation speech, right? So you're trying to give them inspiration and hope for the future. And the world is your oyster. You've got a great education now. Go out and take the bull by the horns and
get after it.
Get after it, right? That's what this type of speech is supposed to be for.
Yeah.
And this is what you got.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. Oh. Whoa. Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish?
No, you may
shut
not.
The hell up and leave.
We're done here.
Only a few years ago, AI
cracking.
was not a factor in our lives.
Says the 10,000 graduates that got through school using ChatGPT to write their papers.
Boy.
I mean, let's be a little fair now. Students out there. But no, like you're doing a graduation speech and you want to bring up AI to a group that is graduating and all the jobs are going away because of AI. I don't know exactly where she was headed
tone
with that.
deaf a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of it.
I guess she's probably trying to make the case that it's going to create jobs. I haven't seen anybody make that case yet.
I'm not seeing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me neither.
Not seeing it.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to find some people with some wisdom that are explaining that, but I don't. I see like there might be some job creation, but the larger part is their job. I mean, look at all the layoffs everywhere,
especially in media.
Yeah,
media it's been bad lately.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You guys are consuming a lot of AI media, which is basically just an amalgamation of probably at some point there's going to be one or two people actually doing the reporting, and everybody else is just going to be ripping that stuff off on the AI. I mean, that's basically what's going on now, almost for a lot of different situations.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I think the people that also like I think it's content creation, probably in general, it just takes a hit. Like, because it's a skill. It's a skill to be able to be like a really good graphic designer and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
Well, now you can just type in whatever you want, and in 5 seconds, there's a graphic.
It's true. Now, for what we do, I think there's nuance that I'm not sure AI can replicate. Because I do use AI quite a bit. And I also notice this. AI is wrong a lot. Like a lot. Because it is just scouring the internet and taking, pieces from the internet. And guess what? The internet's wrong a lot of the time. So I mean, I don't, the perfection that is given to AI, like everybody thinks, that's AI said this, so it's got to be right. No, it's not.
Now, if I'm like, my examples of like, when do I use like Chat GPT, for example, because I think it's a useful tool for certain context.
Yeah.
But I never have touched it for like work purposes. I feel like work purposes, to me, there's value in like doing it on your own and figuring it out. Like I still,
100%.
Like I'm a believer in that. But yeah, if I'm doing something like, let's just say it's handiwork at home and I don't know how to do it, you can watch a YouTube video if you want to see it, or you can type in a Chat GPT and it'll give you a nice layout of what you want to do. Like those are things that like I use it for. But I think it goes too far when it starts interfering with the work.
Yeah, I agree. What else we got here? Bowles is saying without saying that Trotter has issues in coverage because he's no Levante or Brooks in other ways.
Well, I mean,
in other news, water is wet.
How many people are?
And let's give the guy a freaking.
You got to give him a chance here.
Rick says old school managers used to smoke in the dugout. They did.
Or even like rest in peace, Bobby Cox. I mean,
yeah, what a great manager. One of the best ever.
I know the Atlanta area is hurting this week because we lost Ted Turner, who is very influential in a lot of different areas.
Talk about creating jobs.
Right. Oof. Generational sort of executive mind, whatever you want to call him. And Ted Turner, huge for the Braves in the 90s. A big reason why a lot of people in the state of Florida are Braves fans.
WTBS.
Right.
Superstation.
Before the Rays were here.
Yeah. Super smart.
And then Bobby Cox obviously passing away, 84 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That was a manager. That was an old school manager.
He and Leo Mazzoni. Remember Leo? He just rocked back and forth. We got to get Smoltz on to talk some Bobby Cox. That'd be good. We'll try to get that done this week. I didn't see this. Cubs got robbed by a replay review, and it showed the runner was out at home, and that was the game.
I did not see this.
Did not see that.
How could we? I don't know how we could be getting review wrong though in 2026.
I got high marks for reviews in baseball right now. I think they're kicking ass. They're doing it quick. They're getting it done. They're getting it right. Baseball's got it going on. I really do.
I meant to ask you too about ABS because I think we all like the invention of ABS and knowing how quickly it takes for them to get it and move on is cool. But there are certain situations where I don't know how you feel, but like sometimes they'll show ABS and they'll call it a strike when the ball is literally like, it could be like the tiniest
sliver
hair
in. Like most of the ball is not a strike.
Right.
But some of it is.
I don't know how you police that. Like if 99.8% of the ball is out of the zone, but that 0.002 is in, it's a strike.
I'll say, but you know why? Because you can still hit it. I think I think this is what I love about ABS. And for that reason, it makes guys more, I think it forces guys to hit more. because they're not as fine in terms of taking pitches. Like a ball that's just a little bit in the strike zone is still very hittable. Like you can reach it, you can hit it, swing at it. I'd rather them err to that than the other way, if that sounds right. And I also like, I think the 2 challenges is perfect because it's not slowing down the game. You can't challenge everything. You don't want to challenge early. You want to save them for the late. I think it's perfect. And most challenges I think are right. I don't know the numbers, but I think most of them they're getting right. So I don't know. I think it's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing.
And we had some late comments coming here on the stadium side from Danny Boy.
Okay. What do we got?
I don't know.
We can go over today.
Maybe this was this morning. Obviously, we haven't seen it. John Morgan was on WSTV.
Oh, yes, I did see that. Yeah, I didn't hear it though.
There's a lot
Is
of
he
quotes.
back in?
There's a lot of quotes here that Danny Boy put up from it, and I'll read them real quick. He said, "It didn't work in Tampa. It's not going to work again. It's a mistake. Just because you're moving it across the bridge, I don't think it's going to be a big difference. It's not necessarily a lock. It is pretty much a lock, or it is not necessarily a lock. They don't have the votes over there in Tampa. We do." And he adds, the Lightning want stuff, the Bucs want stuff, and this Orlando is where it could still be. Patrick Zalupski is going to have to come down. We're going to have another lunch and talk about it. I would still put up my money up for baseball, but only in Orlando.
That's weird. He's talking to Zalupski?
He made it sound like it, that he's going to come up for lunch.
Interesting.
Yeah, John Morgan can stay away, man.
Yeah, you lost. You lost. He was in for Orlando, then he pulled out. Now he's back in. Seems like a lot of fluctuation for me.
They're all dreaming in Orlando. They're
the dreamers. Yeah. I don't hate it, though.
What?
Adds a little urgency to the vote.
Yeah.
Like I told the city commission last week, you want to be the ones that send this team to Orlando? That's going to be your vote. That's going to be your legacy on this council, to send our baseball team to Orlando. I know Charlie's at the end of his career politically, but like that's the vote you're going to make, Charlie? And I know he's a no, and he'll be a no, but he's only one vote. The Wostall's only one vote. The votes I count, it's passing the city and the county. Unless something grossly unfair happens in these late negotiations, which I don't anticipate. So it's just more smoke. But I don't, if he's claiming that he's meeting with Patrick Zalupski to talk about possibilities in Orlando, that's breaking news. And I don't necessarily think, listen, teams have done much worse to force votes, like actually get into agreements with other cities like St. Petersburg. The Rays have not in the least threatened to move. But Zalupski having lunch with John Morgan could also mean trying to get John Morgan to put in some more money so maybe they can put in more money over here. I think that's what Patrick would be talking to him about, because if he wants to own part of a baseball team, we'll come own part of the Rays over here. We could use your investment, and maybe they can up the private part of the stadium a little bit. They may be looking to throw a little bit more money in for the stadium. If John Morgan wants to be part of this group here in Tampa, I'm for that. But if he's saying, if I come in, you're moving it all to Orlando, well, yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening in my mind.
Couple of quick hits here, I guess, before we go. So the schedule's coming out on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
NFL schedule. As revealed today, your first game on Sunday Night Football, to nobody's shock, is the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants.
That's a good one.
7th time in the last 20 years.
You got the Harbaugh thing. You got the Cowboys-Giants rivalry. You got what's his face coming back at quarterback? Dart coming back. Is our boy the running back coming back? He was pretty severely injured. Scattaboo.
That was a serious injury. I don't know. I have no idea what his timeline is. He might be.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he is.
Yeah.
Can't keep him off the field.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got a lot of good storylines there. That's good.
That's what it always is. The Cowboys are always going to be the Sunday night game.
Bucs going back to Munich. I love that. We're going to have a game in Switzerland.
I don't know about Switzerland. I haven't heard
Switzerland?
that. That seems like an odd spot.
Do they even have a stadium in Switzerland?
Soccer stadiums for sure.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean they have to.
I guess.
Swiss League.
Yeah.
And last thing, cool story yesterday in the world of golf. Actually, a couple cool stories.
Yeah, how about that?
Christopher Ratton, rookie on the PGA Tour, wins a signature event, the Truist Championship, by shooting 15 under total, 2 under yesterday. Holds off Ricky Fowler, who would have been a fun story, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to win.
Ricky Fowler's close.
He's really close
to finding his old game. Alex Fitzpatrick, who just got his tour card, obviously the week prior.
His brother got it for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not have a good day yesterday, but he was leading that tournament for a long time, so that was entertaining. The Truist, even though some of the big players didn't play in it.
Yeah,
like Scotty did not play, but it's the schedule, I guess. Scotty does not like to play a tournament right before the PGA.
A lot of certain signature events, yeah.
A lot of signature events. And then over at the Myrtle Beach Classic, we had Brandt Snedeker. Great story there. 45 years old. Hadn't won a PGA tournament since 2018, the Wyndham Championship.
Wow.
And he was flirting with the lead at the Valspar, if I'm not mistaken, for a little bit. So good story for him to finally get over the hump again for his 10th PGA Tour victory at 45 years of age.
Yeah, two really good stories there. And also, I just turned on the DP World Tour for a second, and some dude was up by 13 strokes. 13 strokes. I don't know.
Meanwhile, over in the Live Tour, which bothered me because it was on Big Fox yesterday, and the NASCAR race got kicked to FS1 for Live, even though the NASCAR race definitely does more viewers. But we got to keep Live alive. Apparently,
Live Golf
was just on Big Fox yesterday. The NASCAR race got kicked to FS1
for Live Golf.
And
which is being disbanded.
Yeah, and the only thing people were talking about I don't even know who won, but John Rahm, who was him and DeChambeau are the faces of Live Golf. John Rahm had an albatross.
Did he?
And no one saw it.
They didn't have coverage?
They had no coverage on it. There was no replay.
There's no video of an albatross?
The only video that Liv put out or even had a broadcast of your number one player getting an albatross. So that's how it's going over there.
What is the epitaph for Live Golf going to be?
Surely it grew the game. It's entertaining.
It's not entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
The drama was somewhat entertaining, but yeah, I mean, it got the PGA Tour off its ass to do some things.
It did some things.
But I think the final reckoning of it might be to take the Valspar away. Because if this new commissioner has his way and there's 20 to 25 events, I think it's a top 20 event. I think it should remain. But if it doesn't, because there's, quote, too many events in Florida, it's way better than the freaking Cognizant.
Or get rid of that. Or some of those Houston things.
Yeah.
They have, or Texas things like the Valero.
Even Bay Hill. Now that Arnie's gone.
Bay Hill's always going to stay, though.
But now with Arnie gone, they've got financial issues over there, by the way, the Bay Hill.
Did we need to do this one they did at Trump's place? Didn't sound like it was well attended.
Oh, the World Golf,
whatever
the
one
World Golf one,
the one they did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a World Golf.
They called it a signature event.
Yeah,
but it didn't sound like it went over well.
Yeah. I don't know. The Valspar seems like TPC. Obviously, the players. When you start ranking the Florida events. Bay Hill has always been above, but they're losing prestige big time. Mm-hmm. They're losing players. They're losing. I mean, it's a signature. They've made it a signature event because Artie doesn't deserve it. It's not as good a golf course as the Valspar. You think the
players would fight for it though, because I mean, so many of them.
Yeah, they will just because it's Arnie's legacy.
Well, no, I don't mean just the Arnold. I'm talking about the Valspar to keep that because
they love it.
I mean, I just feel like the Florida swing. It's always, in March and it's like a big part of the calendar.
All the guys ranking
here.
the Florida tournaments, it's no lower than 3.
Right.
The Cognizant is trash. It's trash. I mean, Valspar is well above that. And so 3 tournaments seems, if you're going to go down to 22 events.
Place is always jumping too.
What Rondé and Amy Tracy have been able to do out there, they've transformed that tournament into a must-attend event. And the fields are great. If there wasn't, they've always screwed them in terms of the calendar, all the time. and they still put together tremendous fields. The players love the tournament. The caddies love the tournament, and that matters. Valspar's been a tremendous corporate partner of the PGA Tour, not just our area. So I think the work that they've done the past 5 years that Tracy and Rondé have done have elevated that tournament to what should be a signature event. I think it has every bit.
I guess it's like, how many signature events do you want to have?
I think they want to make them all signature events and just do away with the others. I don't know, but I just would hate to see that go. I think by far I would argue it's the second best tournament and I'm biased. I get it. But, when knowing some things that are going on with Bay Hill, it's not very financially on good footing. So that has to be considered. But is their sponsorship going away? Yeah, I know everybody's going a little crazy on this Zalewski to Orlando thing, and maybe Morgan may have just said that off the cuff because he's known to do things like that. So let's just calm down on that and before we do anything else. But like I said, he may be trying to bring him in to their group here in Tampa to get more money to invest. So don't think about it just being about Orlando. All right, we'll call it a day at that. Thank you guys for jumping in. Great comments as always. Nikki, great job there. Thanks to all our sponsors as well. Thanks to all you folks that are commenting. Don't forget all our social media. Please like and subscribe and share the show as much as you possibly can. We really good off the charts, so thanks for doing that. We will be back tomorrow. Timmy will be joining me. More fun and frivolity. I think we'll have Scott Reynolds on tomorrow from the Pewter Report. So we'll see you then.